In this video, we're going to break down 20 literary devices that you need to know. Imagery. Imagery creates pictures in your mind using words. Writers can use imagery to make you feel like you're there with them. Here's an example. The sweet smell of fresh cookies filled the room. Can you picture it? Delicious. Simile. A simile compares two things using like or as. For example, her smile was as bright as the sun. Can you feel the warmth? Metaphor. Metaphors also compare things, but they say one thing is another. Like this. The classroom was a zoo. It's not literally a zoo, but you get the idea. Personification. This gives human traits to things that aren't human. The wind whispered through the trees. The wind can't talk, but it sounds like it's whispering. Alliteration. This is when words in a sentence start with the same sound. Silly Sammy swiftly sailed the sea. Hear how the S sound repeats? Consonants. Consonants is like alliteration, but the repeating sounds can be anywhere in the word, not just at the start. Example, the black sack was packed with snacks. Irony. Irony is when something happens that's totally the opposite of what you expect. Like a fire station burns down. That's pretty unexpected, right? Oxymoron. An oxymoron is when two opposite words are put together to make something interesting. Jumbo shrimp or alone together. They don't seem to fit, but they work. Juxtaposition. Juxtaposition is when two things are placed side by side to compare them, like putting a quiet library next to a noisy carnival in a story to show the difference. Paradox. A paradox sounds like it doesn't make sense, but it really does. Less is more, huh? Think about it. Sometimes doing less can be better. Cliché. A cliché is something that's been used too much. Like it was a dark and stormy night. It's not fresh anymore, so try to avoid these. Adage. An adage is a simple, wise saying that everyone knows. Like, don't judge a book by its cover. It's been around forever, but it still makes sense. Colloquialism. These are words or phrases used in everyday conversation, like y'all or wanna grab a bite. They give writing personality. Foreshadowing. Foreshadowing gives hints about what's going to happen later in the story. Like when a character keeps looking at the clock, you might guess something big is gonna happen at midnight. Hyperbole. Hyperbole is when you exaggerate something to make it bigger than life. I've told you 1,000,000 times. Of course, you haven't, but it sure feels like it. Euphemism. A euphemism helps soften tough words. Instead of saying, he's dead, you might say, he's passed away. Less harsh, right? Pun. Puns are funny plays on words. Time flies like an arrow, but fruit flies like a banana. Get it? It's a double meaning. Connotation. Connotation is the extra meaning behind a word. Home isn't just a place. It's where you feel safe and loved. Words carry more than their literal meaning. Idiom. An idiom is a saying that doesn't mean what it says literally. Like, break a leg. It's actually wishing someone good luck. Symbolism. Symbolism is when something stands for something bigger. A heart can symbolize love, and a rainbow often symbolizes hope.